Hey guys, it's me again. I wanted to share this interesting build I've been recently playing. I'm actually in the process of leveling it right now. I just got to level 60, so I'm just about to fight the Lunaris and Solaris at Harbor Bridge, and just kind of want to show off how crazy Minion Instability is. This is my first time ever using Minion Instability and making a build out of it, and yeah, it's pretty nuts. Check this out. I've literally been just instantly phasing and killing bosses. So like like that basically. And it's quite incredibly strong. Yeah, pretty OP. Um what I'm trying to do is essentially I want to create a pure minion instability build, so I'm not really shut up, Sin. I'm not really trying to use any other types of minions as my primary damage, so I really solely want it to be the explosion from summoned skeletons. So the way I'm doing this is I'm actually dual wielding um, Yarndil's Embrace. I think that's how it's pronounced. And the reason why I'm dual wielding these is because of that fourth property where the summoned skeletons take 28% of their max life per second as fire damage. Essentially, what this means is as soon as I summon the skeletons, about a second later, they'll detonate. Minion instability, once any of my minions get to 33%, or when they're reduced to low life, excuse me, they deal 33% of their maximum life as fire damage. So essentially, the purpose of these is to get them down to low life as quickly as possible, and then they explode. And they deal a crap ton of damage. So right now they have my summon skeleton. Keep in mind my summon skeleton is only level 15 right now. So if this was like a level 2020, I'm sure it'd be a lot better. But even right now they already have 3,700 life, and they deal 33% of that as flat fire damage, and that's scaled by all my minion damage. And yeah, it is pretty nuts. And so I also have Elemental Focus, Conk Effect, and Fire Pen in here. So I'm not using anything. I'm only scaling the explosion. So I'm not trying to scale the attacks of the skeletons. I'm not really trying to scale the attacks of the zombies. I'm purely trying to scale the explosions. So what I'm doing on my tree is I'm pretty much going for every single increased minion health node. As you can see, I'm not going for the damage and leech. I'm going strictly for the life. And where's the other ones here? More life here, like this life. And then this node is pretty crazy. And then this one is a little interesting because while it would be really nice to have 20 or 20, 10, 20, 30% increased maximum life, the problem is these nodes give regen and also max res to my minions, which will actually slow down the degeneration of the fire damage per second. So I'm kind of hesitant about taking these nodes. I might play around with it just to see how faster or how slower it makes it. But ideally, I just want the skeletons to explode pretty quickly. Now, if I cast roughly 1.5, 2 seconds before they explode. If I don't dual wield, as you can see, it'll take a lot longer for them to detonate, and that's not really ideal. So I really want them to go as quickly as possible. This obviously doesn't take into consideration the fact that they'll take damage too. So it's not like I have to wait these 1.5 to 2 seconds for them to explode. Usually I'll cast them if like these my zombies here were a pack. I'll usually cast them in a pack and they'll get damaged. So they'll also get damage, so ideally they explode much quicker than the actual time it takes just for them to degenerate to low life. So I'll just run through the blood aqueduct here too. It's actually my first time entering it, so I just cast these in here, and after a short little while, they'll just pop. And defensively, what I'm planning to do with this build is actually, surprise, surprise, I want to go hybrid, as I've done before on so many of my builds. I do have a little bit of a mana problem now. I just actually switched to the 6-link helmet, and I do have a little bit of some mana issues, but hopefully that'll get resolved once I take Mind Over Matter and maybe some other mana nodes. It seems pretty decent for clearing, but I found it to be just absolutely nuts for bossing. It's just it literally just I've just been phasing every single boss as soon as I got Cruel Lab. It's just kind of nuts, honestly. Definitely need more mana regen though, so that's something I'm going to work on. They also have this very satisfying pop, which is quite pleasing. I was inspired to do this build. If you guys saw my name earlier, I miss zombie dogs. If you guys played Diablo 3, that's obviously a reference to the witch doctor skill, zombie dogs. I was watching some Diablo videos, obviously with all the drama with the Diablo Immortal. I was just checking some stuff out. And I was also playing a little bit of Heroes of the Storm, and I was playing the Witch Doctor hero, and I kind of just reminded me of my favorite Diablo 3 build, which was the Summon Zombie Dogs, and then you would use some items like, I think it was like Homunculus or something, to reduce the cooldown to 0, so you literally spam cast zombie dogs and they just exploded and the screen shook and it made these like crazy explosions. And that was honestly my #1 favorite build in Diablo 3, and it just kind of inspired me to do this build and try Minion Instability, since again it's something I've never done before. So yeah, I'm honestly pretty pleased with this build so far. So what I'm planning to do is I'm gonna use a setup similar to that of my strength scaling Righteous Fire. I'm gonna end up running, I want to use Joffrey's with Shaper's Touch, with Alberon's Warpath for the extra skeleton also, and then probably some kind of heavy strength belt, and I'm just gonna be hybrid. And then I'm just going to use probably a couple rare rings as well. So that's literally going to be the build. I'm already spec'd into some strength here. I'm not going to get the strength too high in the end. I'll probably end up using some efficient trainings. So hopefully I can get my strength to at least around like 500, 600. I don't expect it to be super crazy, but enough to be a pretty strong hybrid build. And yeah, and see where these exploding minions take me. I imagine it's gonna be a fairly viable build. Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Pretty cool stuff. I never did a Minion Instability build before, so pretty happy with it. Anyways, thanks guys for watching, sticking around. I know it's been a while since I've been making any videos. It's been a few weeks, I think. Been busy with some other stuff. But yeah, hopefully I'll make an update to this guy soon. See you guys.